What is going on, everyone? Welcome into Big Time Football Talk. Got an exciting episode today. I want to break down the 49ers' recent second first-round draft pick of the 2020 NFL Draft. That is wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk, number 2 for the Arizona State Sun Devils. I recently just did a breakdown on the 49ers and Arizona State, and Brandon Aiyuk's a guy that just kept getting my attention, made big plays, whether it was against Washington State, returned punts and kicks. And so I want to break down what I saw from Brandon Aiyuk, talk about things I like, talk about maybe things he could improve on. And so let's get into it. Brandon Aiyuk played 2 seasons at Arizona State. He played at a junior college for a couple years. He was earned All-American honors there. Totaled, what was it? Over 2,000 yards there, 21 touchdowns, was just phenomenal. Junior college, ended up transferring to Arizona State. And I know some of you might remember N'Keal Harry. He was the go-to guy for Arizona State in 2018. He was eventually a first-round pick. So that year, Aiyuk had a pretty solid year. That year, it was, see what he had. 33 catches, 474 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then last year really broke out, 1,192 yards, 8 total touchdowns. Needs to do a little bit better of getting off press coverage, but very explosive at the combine, 4.5 flat. Many thought he was gonna run higher than that. Had a core issue, a core injury. That's why most thought he was 4.4, 4.3 guy. Interview with Herm Edwards. Edwards talked about how he was probably a 4.3 guy. I mean, he's super, super fast, really long arms, has one of the longest wingspan they've measured at the combine, 81-inch wingspan. Put that in perspective, Kelvin Johnson was 6'5", and Aiyuk's about 5'10", and his wingspan was an inch shorter than Kelvin Johnson. So, yeah, Edwards really loved his competitiveness, and that really just shows on tape his willingness to, go get the ball. They used him on a lot of swing passes, slants, caught just about everything, pretty good hands. That's what I really liked about Herm Edwards. Their goal was they kind of catered their offense around Brandon Aiyuk. You saw Arizona State go as Aiyuk went, and that's probably why they're pretty successful, because he was the main go-to guy, him and Eno Benjamin, the running back. But you saw that they love to get him the ball out in swing passes and slants, and I love that philosophy. Get your best player the ball in a variety of different ways. You don't always have to try to take a shot with him every play, which is usually low percentage. But they said, get him the ball, swing passes, slants, get him in space, make him miss. Did a good job of making people miss. But, yeah, John Lynch interview with Colin Cowherd talked about how they moved up in the draft, and I think it'll be a great fit because Kyle Shanahan gets the most out of his players. You saw, who they're doing it with: Matt Breida, Raheem Mostert, Tevin Coleman, guys who've been primarily backups, not really highly touted coming out of college. But so Kyle Shanahan will have fun with Aiyuk if he can move him in the slot, play him in the outside. There's a variety of different things that Aiyuk can do, but yeah. So, but Aiyuk, probably could get stronger. 10 reps on the bench press. That'll help him get off of press coverage. But yeah. So, but Herm Edwards had a lot of other great things to say. Talked about how he had was a great character, and John Lynch and the 49ers are excited to use him next year in San Francisco. So, I wanted to break down Brandon Aiyuk because, he's one of those guys that there was C.D. Lamb in this draft. There was Jerry Jeudy, T. Higgins. I mean, you can go down the list, receiver after receiver. And to be honest, I watched a lot more film of C.D. Lamb and Jeudy, guys that played in the Big 12, SEC. Didn't really watch as much Big 12 football as SEC football, but I watched C.D. Lamb, and I really watched those playoff games. I watched C.D. Lamb in the playoffs as a freshman in 17, 18, 19. And the more I've watched of Brandon Aiyuk, because I only watched him a couple times on primetime games, because I didn't really get a lot of Arizona State games. When I watched him in primetime against Oregon, he really impressed me. He had that play where he burnt the DB on the double move deep. Against USC, he had the punt return, and then Washington State just tore up the Cougars. Burn him with the post, and then he also burned him on a slant. I believe it was a slant that he took to the house. But yeah, I'd like to see him try to expand his route tree, because they also ran some drags, and they ran like a what's it called? He faked outside inside kind of thing, and they did occasionally do like some comebacks. But good awareness. You can tell he's got a high IQ on the field. He's just got a good feel for the game. On the punt returns, he fields the ball and knows where his blockers are going to be. Like lets the blocks set up, and then does a good job of maneuvering to try to break a big gainer. In junior college, he broke. He had a kick return and 2 punt returns for touchdowns. So a lot of good things for Brandon Aiyuk. So expect him to be a guy to watch out for. I think the 49ers, like I did the breakdown, 2 great draft picks, Javon Kinlaw and Brandon Aiyuk. So watch out for Aiyuk in year 1 with the 49ers. Thanks so much for you guys' support of Big Time Football Talk, and thanks for tuning in to the latest episode. Till next time, peace.